When you tell me that you miss me, do you mean it? Always talking about the same thing, but I need to see it.
So in today's video, I'm really just going to be rambling on about cross-country season. Going to go into depth on each race and how my season progressed. So we'll basically just start off with kind of my first few weeks here. We got into the swing of training. I felt like I had a really good summer, and my first true test to kind of show what I was about was in our 10-mile time trial that we do. The first 4 miles is at like a set pace. I think it was around like 6 flat to 6:10 for the first 4 miles. But then after that, we can kind of, work down. And I think the last 5K, I split something like a 15:57, which is faster than I ever ran in high school. So I knew coming in, I was in pretty good shape. I'll throw the Strava stuff up on the screen of that if I can find that. And then we went into our home opener meet. It is a 4 mile. It's labeled as a 4 mile race. I think they measured it and it was like 3.88 or 3.9 or somewhere in that range. But basically a 4 mile race, and I ran 20:03 there, placed 10th individually overall, and then 5th on the team. So it was a really good race. Actually, I think I was 4th on the team, maybe. I'm not really sure. 4th or 5th was basically my position on the team all throughout the year, which is extremely well for me, a lot better than I thought I would do. Being in that position to score for my team was an amazing opportunity, especially coming in like freshman year and stuff like that. But first race, 20:03 for 3.88 miles, not too bad. Going into the race, I wanted to break 20. That was the goal, so basically just barely missed it, but still was really happy with that race. And then the next race was All Ohio. Now, All Ohio was a really bad day for me personally, and all around for the team. I don't think we ran that well that day. All Ohio was the first time I raced in Adidas spikes, and then the spikes they gave me weren't the best by any means. They were kind of like some entry-level spikes, and kind of on my end, I didn't try them on too well, and then like probably a K into the race, I noticed they were kind of too big, and my foot was sliding around in the shoe a lot. Ended up developing some pretty bad blood blisters about a mile in, and had to run a full 8K on those. It actually took me out for a few days afterwards because my feet were really beat up. I had to go to the training room, and they had to stick a needle in them and drain out the blood blister and stuff like that. It was a pretty painful process, but after that race, I got some better spikes, and then we went into Notre Dame, where I knew I had to kind of show myself once again. The first meet was really good, but the second meet was really, really bad, especially for the team. So we came back at Notre Dame. We came out hot. I think that was by far my best race this year. I ran 25:20 for 5 miles, so 5:04 pace for 5 miles. And it's crazy to think about because in high school I was averaging like 5:10 pace for 5K, and in this race I averaged 5:04 for 5 miles. It is a fast course, but nonetheless it's still really impressive in my opinion. Finished 5th on the team that day, which is even crazier. 5:04 pace for 5 miles, and that's finishing 5th on our team. So the team had a really good day. We beat some pretty big schools, which was awesome. We weren't in the top race. We were in the second race. So going there and watching the top race, there was teams like Colorado there and stuff like that. It was really cool to watch. And that's really when it started to click with me that I'm, on this next level. I'm not in high school no longer. I'm with the big teams, which was really awesome to kind of get that feeling and stuff like that. So Notre Dame went really well. And then the next race was Penn State. Penn State was 8.4K, so it's a pretty weird distance. But then again, I ran pretty well on that course. I'm not sure, I think I ran like 26:30 or something like that, which I'm not 100% positive on this, but I think it's somewhere around like a 25:20 for 8K, I think. And it's a pretty hilly and hard course. If anyone's ever ran at Penn State or seen Penn State's course, it's a pretty tough course, pretty hilly. I moved up really well in that race. The mile goes out really fast because most of it's downhill, and then you run back towards the start, towards the end, and it's all uphill. But going out the first mile, I think I came through in like 4:45, and I was like 5th to last or something crazy. But moved back up really well in that race and placed well. Some guys had some big breakthrough races there at Penn State. So another great meet leading up into our MAC conference, which was our next meet. And overall didn't have a great day team-wise. Personally, I didn't have a fantastic day either. The conditions were really bad, so times kind of lacked, honestly. I think I ran like 26:30 for 8K, which got me like 35th place or something like that as a freshman. So solid, but definitely not as good as I wanted it to be. I think the conditions kind of affected me pretty harshly. Like I said, everyone has to run in it at the end of the day, but the conditions really did hurt my style of running, which is kind of, moving up towards the middle of the race. But I went out pretty hard and kind of paid for it, got pretty tired and fell back. But then once my teammates started passing me, I kind of latched onto them. Ended up finishing pretty well, 4th on the team that day. 30th place as a freshman isn't too bad. Hopefully in these next few years I'll move up and, maybe get some second team All-MAC, first team All-MAC in cross country. That is the goal. But overall on the day, we finished 4th as a team. Going into the race, we thought we had a shot. Didn't show up that well though. But overall, not a terrible day for me nor the guys. Mark Migliozzi, our senior, was the MAC champion individually. That's the first time in school history that's ever happened. So it was really cool to see that. And then the 2 weeks after that, I believe, or maybe a week after that, we ran at the regionals race at Madison, Wisconsin. And that was really just an experience. Like, obviously, I knew going into the race I didn't have a chance of qualifying for nationals. So honestly, just to really be there and take it all in, being with teams like Wisconsin, Notre Dame, Purdue, teams like that, it was really cool to, see them. Overall race, first ever 10K in cross country, I ran 32:40, I believe. Yes, 32:40, 32:43, somewhere around there. But how I looked at it was like that's 2 16:25Ks, if I'm doing that math right, which is pretty solid because I would have been happy with a 16:25K in high school my senior year. That was kind of my average of what I ran. So running that 2 times in one race, in my eyes, was pretty impressive. I finished 100th overall, so didn't crack the 100 barrier. But I think it's a great setting, or like a baseline of where I can move up now, sophomore, junior, senior year, and stuff like that. Also at this meet, Mark Migliozzi, the senior on our team, qualified for nationals, which was absolutely incredible. First guy in school history to ever qualify for nationals in cross country. And that was a fantastic part, but another fantastic part was the team ran really well that day. I was 5th on the team at this race, and we finished, I believe, 7th. I'll throw the results up on screen if I can find them. We finished 8th. Yes, I want to say we finished 8th, which is the second highest finish ever in school history. We beat a lot of good schools there, so that was fantastic. And yeah, 8th place overall, if I'm right. It's either 7th or 8th, one of the two, but we weren't even projected to be in the top 10. I think we were projected 12th or something like that. So we ran really good, beat some MAC teams that beat us at MAC, so it was kind of nice to come back and beat them there. But overall, had a really good day. But yeah, that is basically it. Cross country wrapped up in one video right there for you guys. Fantastic opportunity to be a part of this team, be able to race in these big races, see these big names, and to be able to run it like something like a MAC championship and really experience that is great. After cross country, I took a week off, but now I'm back in full swing of training. But yeah, we're gonna get ready for indoor. Probably gonna be focusing 5K in indoor, 5K, 10K maybe in outdoor. But really, gonna be running probably a lot of 3Ks and 5Ks in indoor. But yeah, I hope to record all that for you guys and share it right here on this YouTube channel. So if you guys are new here, if you guys love running content, race videos, training, sit down talk videos like this, make sure to subscribe. But that is basically it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.